introduced new game. Okay, we talked about that. Beggars can't be choosers. Excuse my French, but compensation has been a major ass since they gave out the Nexus comp. Because that Nexus comp was so great, but it was
Yeah.
one big great compensation, and then it's a bunch of these other small ones weekly, which I currently have in my inventory right now. I have or in my mailbox, waiting to be claimed. I don't need it right now. It just we go in my overflow, and I you know
It
wouldn't use it.
it seems like they should give more compensation for, I don't know, depending where you're at. You could either pick this compensation or pick this I don't know. Like, some people like aren't doing any story mode. They mostly do AQ and AW.
Yeah,
That's all. That's lately what the compensation I'm getting is AQ and AW stuff. Nothing for like regular like
that's what
story
everyone's getting.
content.
Yeah, and that's what everybody's. No one's getting
That's
stuff
what
for
everyone's complaining about. We're
complaining
just
about. It's like
getting Alliance
the
War and
game. The
Alliance Quest.
problem isn't just in Alliance War and Alliance Quest. It's
It's
the
everywhere.
entire game. So why aren't we getting stuff to cover the entire
Mm-hmm.
game? Let's see. This sounds like an awful ideal. No offense. No EQ for me, and I won't get my normal stuff. I'm not sure what that was in reference to, Spidey, but I'm sure that was talking about
Probably.
taking down the game or something like that.
No, I said no EQ or no SQ for a while.
Less tedious side quest. Someone else said that in here too. I
That
don't
that
know
was
that.
me.
No, in
Like
here, yeah.
no EQ for a month, no EQ or
We're
no
back one handed.
EQ,
We're back.
no SQ.
Hey, what's going on, Joe? Padilla? I hope I said that right. Thank you for your sub. I appreciate that. But yeah, I can agree. Like, all right. So take it from somebody who just finished September Side Quest last Sunday. This past
Oh,
Sunday, I finally finished September Side Quest.
I'm
To
pissed
finally
about
get
that.
going in October's Side Quest. This by far was the worst ideal ever made. It had the
Agree.
potential to be great, that was not good. It was not. It was not. I didn't care at some point. I was like, I don't care if I get it done. I got it all done by accident. And then once I finally got the symbiote, I was like, well, I'll go ahead and give a little more effort now on trying to get things done because now I have the symbiote. I was like, well, here we go. But I legit got September stuff done by accident. Finally, last week. So
I finished it after the first week because I didn't do, obviously like you, I didn't do any of September because I wasn't even playing in September, and then October came, and that's kind of when I started playing, and I'm seeing the symbiote stuff. I'm like, well, I didn't get mine. They're like, you have to do all of September's, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like,
Yep.
and then I had to do it all, and I sat there for 2 days.
worst,
It was so boring. It was so boring.
worst, the worst. Redwood says, one step forward, 1,000 steps back has been what Kabam has been doing as of late. I don't think it's that bad, but I do think that I don't know. I personally never worked on stuff like this, so I can't tell you what the actual issue is and how it works and how to fix it. Unless you've ever built a video game, you probably can't say the same thing either.
So
Or
it's
if
like
you've
not
never worked on
coding or
something,
any. It's not
yeah, if
coding
you
or
ever worked
anything.
in coding or something like that, if you've never built something like this from the ground up, you probably don't know the whole ins and outs of what has to be done on things like this. We can only go by what's being shared with us, and so far, all we know is it's an engine issue, and we know that they found some of the timing issues between Perry, and they shared that with us. I know that everybody wishes they had more look into behind the curtain, but unfortunately, we don't. Even in the CCP,
Yeah, we
that
don't.
I mean, even Super was in. Super can contest this. We don't get shown everything. We get shown what they want us to see.
I don't even know if
And
like a lot of people that I talked to, I don't even know if they even knew like really the ins and outs. They probably have it higher up. They get a message and they just follow a message.
yeah, a lot of people we talk to are like champ developers,
Yeah,
quest
so
developers, things like that. Not the people who are actually making this thing constantly work on a regular basis, who are doing all the ins and outs stuff to keep it going. We're talking to the developers and things like that, mostly when we're in the CCP. Talk to Kabam Mike, Kabam Phil, which are community directors and things like that. We're not really having in-depth discussions with game engine people and things like that. I wish we could get a better insight, but we just don't.
so is the game like? Here's a question: is the game getting new players now, or is it just still all like people coming and going like me? we'll play for a minute, and then we'll get kind of sick of something, and then dip out for a little bit, and then come back. Because I don't know, this game, I love this game.
You have your revolving door people, but like even someone like Beezy, who used to be a religious. This week I'm playing. Next week, the next 2 weeks I'm not. Back for a month. I'm gone. I'm gone for 6 weeks.
I'm busy 2.0. Yeah, he has.
Gone. And he has not been back.
Oh, wow.
Not playing MCOC at least.
Huh.
I know he's got a new job and he's got some other things going on, but I mean, no MCOC. I mean, I have a regular.
What's up, Cataclysm?
Job, but I can do some MCOC stuff. He's in mine.
He's in mine.
Oh, okay.
Someone said my suggestion is stop releasing crazy content. Release one event quest that can take in-gamers a couple of weeks to do, like another quest similar to the Abyss, and let some text go ham and fix the problem. Again, Christian, if it was a Surface thing, it'd be fixed. Even if they released a new event quest, they have to go and fix the engine, which is going to affect the game.
Yeah.
And you got to realize all this stuff they're working on today, they've been planning it for 4 to 6 months ago. They didn't just start working on it last month. This is 4 or 6 months in the working.
They plan for events like to come. They plan for like next year's event.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. Like Gabe was on XN's interviews back in June, I think.
Somewhere
And
around
he told us then that the Eternals event was coming in November. We knew about the Eternals event coming in November back then, which means they knew about it coming before that. So
yeah, that I do.
Yeah, it's not as simple as just saying, oh, they should just stop doing this. Yeah, because that's not gonna work.
They're not making everything a week before the month starts.
Spidey said, how about no, because crazy content is just for one specific part of the community would make people very angry. So no, it does. It does limit the pool to how many people can do it. Remember when the game went down for like 12 hours plus or whatever it was? We all lost our minds. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. B. Daniels comes and says, I moved on. What sucks about it now? What we're talking about. But I'm glad you moved on. I'm glad you found the strength to break away and move away. And
I'm too weak.
Started doing it.
I'm too weak to pull away.
I can't do it, man. Every time I think I'm done with this game.
I will say this: 7.1 has gotten me back into it. Like I'm starting to work on 7.2. 7.1, I had a lot of fun doing exploration. 7.1, that kind of got me back into the game and enjoying why I kind of did like the game. It was just using different champs and everything. I don't know. I really enjoyed doing 7.1. It really did get me back into the game.
Oh, I did say Metroid Prime. It is Metroid Dread. I'm sorry.
Metroid Prime is probably something related to
Let's see. Why would servers have anything to do with parry decks, AI, etc.? It's the core game mechanic. Yeah. Servers are related to the constant lag and break. Yeah. You want to talk about servers? The lag? Okay. I get that. But yeah, it has nothing to do with that. I'm behind. How far behind I am? I'm super behind.
There's a lot.
There is a
Dom
lot.
is dope. What's up, man?
Yeah, that's the thing. People are getting annoyed because it's taking way too long. Man, mentally, and the way they have been going about things is just not good at all. But if the servers are overloaded, no, the servers have nothing to do with it. We'll skip past that.
For you guys, we're having a group discussion. So, yes, group discussion and about the current state of the game, stuff like that. Ghost Dog is streaming also. He mostly is taking the lead on all this because he's got a lot of questions. So I'm kind of going back and forth. So if, I'm not trying to ignore you guys. I hope you guys could hear them and stuff like this. Let me know if you don't hear them talking or anything. It's me, Xander, and Lefty's supposed to come back on.
People were saying they had too much glory, so they stopped giving out.
I was one of those people that said, "Oh man, I'm receiving way too much glory." I wasn't complaining about it though, but it's like, "Oh man, I got to keep spending it."
Right, exactly. I was just buying more stuff that I wanted to buy at that point.
Yeah.
The glory versus, money or things like that. I didn't mind the glory.
Yeah, I like the glory a lot.
Okay,
you know, I'm not really doing anything.
Okay, that's just it. Even with glory, you could buy rank up material. You could buy.
Oh yeah.
You could buy potions. You could buy different things with glory. So there was a lot of things you could do with glory. Spidey says, okay, here's a question. What are your thoughts on January 2021 side quest. I thought that was the worst side quest to date. I don't even remember it. You're asking something on
Ghost Dogs 2. He didn't take his ginkgo or anything to remember.
Hey, that was a year ago. I can say, like, if you remind me what it was about, I might be like, oh yeah, no, that was terrible. But this by far that I can remember all the side events, this one by far is one of the worst.
I may have said, yeah, I've been getting too much glory, but I didn't say stop giving me glory. God damn.
Yeah, no, don't stop that. No.
Redwood said something. I just read that on my other screen.
It's not my fault. I didn't say it.
Tobias agrees with the triple layer side event is way too much. It is, man. It is. You gotta do a side event to do another side event to get to this side event. It's like
I'm just a dude dressed as a dude playing as another dude.
Playing as another dude. Like, no. I would go find Dennis Nerdy's remains from what the heck? It fixed the issue. It compared XP2. What is going on? Let's see. Yeah, Chuck was put off by the September busy work. Yeah, and that's what it felt like. Like, do 5 combos ending in a light. Do 5 combos ending in a medium. In 5 fights with a special attack. Like,
that was horrible. That was horrible.
No one wants to do all that. What's going on, Cataclysm? I'm just not. Man, I've never been this far behind on the chat. Good Lord. What the heck is that Summoner Appreciation garbage? Oh.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
No, we don't talk about that. That by far was the worst Summoner Appreciation thing ever.
It wasn't even Summoner Appreciation.
No, it wasn't.
About that.
There was nothing.
It was a summer event. They replaced it for a battle pass. It was a battle pass.
It was a battle pass.
It was an MCOC battle pass.
You had to win 10 fights just to get the little trinket at the end.
Stupid pair of glasses.
For a pair of glasses, and when you got enough of the glasses, you got this little token that you could spend in the store. What about just having the counter like they used to have, and every day you logged in, you got something. And if you logged in for every day that the counter was there, you got like, awakening gems and rankum crystals and units and potions and
counters for the can't stop won't stop node.
Get that?
What is that again? One-handed. Can you tell me what that is? We need a revival. We need a revival of Gwenpool. Goes to the movies. Yeah, Reaper, that was good. I like that one. Counters for can't stop won't stop. Is that the unstoppable? An evade one? Is that what it is? You could do like She-Hulk. You could do Spider-Gwen. You could do.
Oh goodness.
Man, there's a.
Anybody else want to talk about?
Beardo's great for that one. I like Beardo for that one.
It's so stupid.
Or hold on, is that one where you need to be unstoppable?
It's so
like Kingpin, I know is good for that one.
If you
let me look it up real quick, one-handed, or let me know what everything is on that one.
They didn't even tell you that you
lose the next. You would lose it. Yeah, there wouldn't be a little icon or nothing. You had to pay attention to that little thing turning blue to know that you get glasses. Like, what the heck, man?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I didn't even do that.
Like, I believe, from what I was hearing around, it was the first time they were doing this, and they looked. Oh no, it was in another Exxon interview. They were talking about the guy that did the whole summoner event, and that was their first time doing this type of thing, so they learned from their mistakes, and maybe they'll approve on it next time.
Jesus. Just go back to what you did. People were happy with that one.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. You don't have to worry about anything else. All right. Guaranteed this year's Cyber Weekend is the worst as far as sales go. For now, I won't be spending on Cyber Weekend, as Taz said in his last video.
I didn't get anything for July 4th at all. That's how.
If I don't spend, it won't be because of the.
I don't even have the sigil right now, or the $5 unit deal.
I have saving for a wedding. I'll be honest with you. That's what's going on. I'm not. If I don't spend, it's because I'm saving that money for the wedding. That's pretty much what it is. Let's see. Every time Taz says in his last video before hiatus, I agree. Oh, Taz is on a hiatus right now.
That's the word. Yeah, he did a whole a stream stepping back from the game, from what I heard.
Oh wow. And see, Mike says yes, but there's a new engine. This is the problem. There's a CCP server. Can they not make a copy of the server to work on and make sure it's compatible before it's set up before going live?
Let me.
I'm sure
probably
they have
see what's
their
up,
own
man.
range of testing. The only bad
Needs
part
to be
about it is,
unstoppable.
I don't think you can simulate how many different people play this game.
Exactly.
Any-
Even in
any
that
testing.
Let me look
forum
one-handed.
also where Kabam taps a lot, there is nothing they can do for testing out like player feel for the game. They tried with the separate parry beta, and still
I know
there is
Kingpin's
no
good
definitive,
thing.
like answer for that testing. So it's a very difficult thing for Kabam to crack.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mole Man,
can't-
you could
can't
use.
put thousands. You can't simulate.
Think
thousands,
Man-
Right, it's-
thousands of
yeah.
people.
Man Thing.
So you have like player input from someone like Metal Sonic,
Killmonger.
to Buddy Lee, to Lefty.
It's been
to
so long
me,
since I've
to
done that
Super,
one,
to
man.
Redwood, to everybody. Everyone plays this game like vastly different from one another.
Each other. Yep. I like this from Glory Man. Anyone who ever said too much glory is the reason why we can't have.
Yeah, it's probably
seen
seen a long time, man.
Glory
I'm
on
hyped for that Hitmonkey show coming out on Hulu. Yeah, Reaper, I seen that. I seen
I
that. I'm
swear
hyped
to
for that
God.
too.
I'm just picking on you because I seen them
Yeah,
all picking
everyone
on you in
was
chat.
picking on me. Then Leo had to come in, so he had to go.
All right.
So Christian, the server, the issues that we're experiencing, maybe for the lag that we're getting in game, like when the game freezes in mid fight or something like that, that's a server issue. Those are small things compared to the drop input to the when you swipe back and Dex doesn't happen, or when you parry and you know you parried and it didn't happen. Those are engine issues, and those are completely different things. Those are fabrics of the game. That's the way that
That's a lot.
If I touch my iPad here, or if I touch my tablet here, or if I touch my phone here, then this is supposed to happen. Those are that's a whole different thing. That's not a server. The side quest was the mutant side quest with the 6. Oh, that was
Yeah,
bad.
with the rogue.
Yeah, that was bad.
With that rogue. It was
Redwood says we'll just blame Xander. Who else agrees? Oh my goodness! Hold on, I'm catching up, Xander. Don't shoot me, man. I'm just playing catch up here. Let's see. Man, Moses, what's going on? That summer thing could have been better if there was a free part. Yeah. So the only thing they did give for free is they gave you 7 days for free. Remember that when it messed up?
Yeah.
And
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was. You might not have been playing at that time, Super.
I
It
might
was like
not.
the second week of the event.
I think Lefty joined us.
Is Lefty in?
Did he?
I think you're right.
There he is. See?
There he is.
All right, everybody, welcome Lefty to the chat.
Sorry, I'm late. I had to get dinner.
Hold on.
What'd you
Wait,
give me,
wasn't Sim
Lefty?
joining us?
Sim had something come up,
Oh.
so he couldn't join us.
What was
That
that?
was for you, Lefty. That was for you, Lefty. You know,
I barely could hear it, but I did hear laughing.
I did too.
You messed up. You messed up this.
You picked
You
the
messed
wrong
it up.
house, fool.
You messed up being legendary. Messed up being legendary. Jesus. That was just for you. Speaking of which, my Stream Deck has stopped letting me add stuff to it. It just said, no, it doesn't work no more.
No, I don't think I will.
It doesn't say, I don't think I will.
How about I didn't think that was possible because you can make multiple pages.
I haven't even filled the first page yet, Lefty.
I don't understand how that's possible.
I'll have to talk to you about it later. We'll
Okay.
talk about it at a different time. Let's see. Okay, they're still blaming Xander. Okay, so we can stop blaming Xander. We can start blaming Lefty, everybody.
Thank
Lefty.
you.
Go, so I have to go. I have to come up.
Well, while we got you here, we've been talking about the Dex Perry issue, the servers versus the engine,
Summoner
the
appreciation.
compensations, the summer appreciation. Give us a quick synopsis of your thoughts on all that real quick.
Summer appreciation I didn't like because I felt like compared to last year and this year, it was like terrible. Like you got to do a bunch of stuff to unlock these little items. Kind of like I was listening a little bit earlier. I think Xander said Battle Pass. I kind of agree with that. I really didn't like
It
it. I
was
feel
a
like
legit battle pass that I
we should.
contemplated getting.
Yeah, but I say we should just be able to. We should be appreciated for logging and continuing to playing the game.
And
Perry
that would
Dex,
be appreciated.
Every summer they've done summer appreciation. Why change it up now?
I agree. I agree with that 100%. The Perry Dex issues, they're annoying because they affect my everyday gameplay in
Hmm.
arena and in in-game content, and it has cost me a few revives and potions. And it's difficult for me to actually prove that it was a Dex issue because I don't have a camera on my hands. But I know how to parry as a
You
player.
can see it. You can
You
see
can
it.
visibly see it.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You can tell when someone, no one just sits there and says, "Oh, let me just drop my block in the middle of trying to death."
Yeah, but I say it cost me a few deaths in war because my character would dash forward when I'm actually trying to Dex or parry, and it doesn't work.
Yep.
And I feel like the conversation they begin giving out, while it's appreciated, I feel like how much Alliance War and Alliance Quest potions do you need? Like, I feel like I would rather take the glory that y'all were talking about earlier, and instead of what they're giving us now. I'm not saying I'm not appreciative. I was like, okay, you keep giving us this. Could we have something new now? Like, I need something different. Like, keep them giving
These
those
these
same thing.
potions and revives, like more AQ and AW ones. I had like some yesterday expiring. I had to sell them because I have too much of them. I
Yeah,
had to
but I say
sell them
like, I
because they
don't
were
mind.
expiring. I what? I'm supposed to die in war when the whole point of me
Just
in
die.
war is
Yeah,
to not
Just
die.
die.
That way
Just
you
go
can
ahead
use
and
the
die
items.
so you could use them.
Just die so you can use the items, right?
Right. I just waste them in Alliance Quest. I don't really use them in War, to be honest, because I don't like using revive stuff. So
Like, that's my whole point. I don't want to die in war when the
Yeah,
whole
you don't
point
have
of
to
war
die.
in my life is to not die.
yeah, and the engine versus the servers, I can't really speak on the engines because I feel like since I'm not a game developer, I don't really know much about it. But I feel like the servers something needs to be done because they
Well,
keep.
that's the thing we were debating. The difference between a server versus the engine is it's more based on the engine is more of it's the structure where the game is built from. The server is more of like a place of where everyone plays on it.
Right. And sometimes it gets annoying loading in and waiting to have to load. It can be a little annoying at times.
It
Right.
does.
But I mean, I try not to criticize Kabam too much, but I feel like there are some things that need to be fixed, like as soon as they can.
Exactly. And for people to say like, "Oh, Kabam's doing this on purpose," no, they're not. They're also upset about it as
They're very
much as
upset
we are.
because the reason
It's
why
I
their
they're
agree.
game. It's
upset,
their child.
the
Why
reason
would
why
you
they're
try to?
upset is
Hold on,
because
I'm sorry, but why would you try to fuck up your own game
exactly
Yeah, that
that's
doesn't make
going
any
to cost
sense.
you money.
It makes no sense.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
basically
Think
sabotaging
about
your
it.
pockets.
Think
Right.
hard.
Yeah.
That's why I don't. That's why I prefer not to criticize the employees. I rather like I was having a discussion about this on my chat yesterday. Like we talk about the game, focus on the game, like what you want to see improved, and don't attack the employees of the game because I feel like that's not fair to them. Because when my stream is messing up, telling me I suck and I'll never get this right, isn't it going to help me improve my stream? Now, if you tell me you don't like the audio or the camera quality isn't good, I can fix that. You
Hmm.
know. So I'm just like, let's focus on what we want to see improved in the game instead of attacking the employees.
Exactly. I 100% agree with that.
Oh, what's his face gets big time. He gets attacked so much back in the day. Mike, remember Mike?
Damn, Mike.
Yeah, he got attacked so much.
So,
People were talking about going to Comic-Con and just hitting on a Kabam
yeah,
employee.
like you do realize this dude's job is community relations.
Yeah.
Like, he does nothing in the actual game itself. His job
Hey,
is
it's
community
He's
Kabam
just a
Mike.
messenger.
For what? For what?
He's just the messenger.
What is
Yeah.
Kabam Mike at fault for? What did he do?
What did he do? Right. David, the untangible one, said they had so many emails because so many people didn't spend the tokens properly as they did no real explanation. It was very, very
bad.
complicated to understand because you got these tokens, you're like, okay, what do I do with them? And if you didn't watch somebody's video or didn't have a buddy say, yeah, this is how you do it, you lost out
Hmm.
because it was just strange. Cyber, hello. I know I'm so far behind chat, y'all. What's going on? XN, aka my guy.
What's up, Red Dog? It's
we
me,
talked
Ghost
about
Dog,
it.
Lefty,
We're not-
and Xander. We're just discussing
Xander
like
actually
everything
believed
going
that
on
he
in the game,
suggested
current state of
here
the
that
game,
Xander was gonna look at
stuff like that.
and
We're just a
go,
little
oh,
round table
oh, shit,
discussion.
why didn't we think of
So
that?
Ghost Dog asked me to
Right.
be on yesterday,
I
so
mean,
I said, yeah, why not? You
And
know,
did all of our problems go away?
I had a lot of thoughts
Was
on the
that
game. You
simple?
know,
We
even though I've been
wouldn't-
gone, I still have a lot of
we
thoughts
wouldn't
on the
be
game.
talking. Right. If it was
So
that simple, we wouldn't be talking.
he's kind of
I
taking
can
control
guarantee
because it's mostly what he
everything
wanted to do.
you're
So I'm just kind of
speaking
streaming and
they
doing
follow.
arena. If you want to sit in here,
I'm pretty sure there has been a discussion of.
it's like
we take
I'm
the
not.
game down
It's
for
hard to
a
kind of
little
talk and then listen to him. So going
bit.
back and
I'm
forth.
sure that discussion happened.
But I feel like that would cost them a lot of money.
But that you have to look
It's
at.
going.
Yeah. Whenever if they ever had to do that, forever however long they're gonna have to do that would cost them thousands
They
of dollars.
honestly need to do super well with
All right.
Cyber Weekend. Otherwise, this year financially is not going to be good for them.
I don't think, and I'm with everybody else. I don't think the Cyber Weekend is going to be very good for them.
Only time will tell.
You don't think so?
I do
think
not.
it
I
will.
can't.
I do
I can't.
not.
I mean, 4th of
I
July
think
was
it will.
pretty good. Don't get me wrong.
I think
4th
it
of
will,
July
too,
was
People,
pretty good.
people like to spend. But
Yeah,
the
people
right
do.
now are not happy.
I mean, I'm not
If you're
spending.
happy, then you're not super. You and I have done it together before. On
Yeah, we
stream.
did.
We went ham.
We
went
went.
ham before we had our own stream.
Yeah, we
Okay,
did.
but
It
Ghost Dog,
went
I gotta-
balls deep into deals.
I gotta disagree because I feel like regardless of they're not happy yet, Wales are still going to spend because they want to be competing at in-game content. They want to have the highest prestige.
And I get that.
champion.
And I get that. But that money is always going to come in. The Wells money is always going to come in.
I will add on and say that's like one spectrum of the whole
Whole
spending.
community.
Isn't that like 5% or something?
Cyber weekend, July 4th weekend, those weekends like that, the Blooms weekends, those weekends, they already know the Wells are going to spend.
Yeah.
That's where you get the other people who don't normally spend to spend a little bit more, and that's the money I think you're going to miss out on.
That's fair.
I might spend.
It
Go ahead,
depends on
Lottie.
what you mean as defined as bad, though. Like, they're not going to make as much millions because they make millions on Cyber Weekend. Like,
Yeah, don't get me wrong. They're going to make money. They're not going to make the money they used to make. And when you're talking about business looks at what did I do last year versus what did I do this year. And if last year was worse than this year, then we didn't do well.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yep.
I might spend. I don't know. I might get a couple of $50.
I mean,
It
I might
depends.
get
It depends
something
what the.
small,
Yeah,
But
I might spend. I'm not going 600 deep.
Hold on.
I'm not going
Hold on.
600 deep.
Now that I'm working,
I'm making sure the missing $600 every time one of these weekends that came through.
Oh, Ghost Dog, when I did that with you, my wife was so pissed at me.
I bet you she was.
She was like, "How much did you spend
Look,
on this
my girl
video
has-
game?"
My girl has purposely said, I don't even want to know what you spent in your game.
Yeah.
I said, please don't ask me.
don't ask me.
Please don't ask me.
That-
I mean,
I told her that's why I got my PayPal separate from the bank account, so you don't know.
let me ask you this though: like, is there ever going to come a time when you're actually like just done with the game because of the issues? Because I feel like, what's the point of making these suggesting changes? If the Kabam doesn't change them, and you're not going to leave anyway, right?
You mean like me personally?
No, I'm talking about in general, like, because we can say, "Oh, I don't
You
like
know
this
what?
about the game."
There's going to be... Okay, so you have different levels of things. You have the burnout of the game that cause people to leave. You have issues of the game that may cause people to leave. I think that's a smaller group of people. Biggest one is the lack of push. So the lack of change in the game where it becomes too repetitive
Fair.
to do the same thing over and over again. So there's no real feel or no real push. Where you can't find that umph in the game. And sometimes you may leave and come back. You may leave for 6 months, then come back because you stepped away. It's like you got your girl and you love her and she loves you. But then you see this other girl over here.
Oh, that's a bad example. Bad example.
Hey,
Very-
I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. You see this other girl over here. And you're like,
See, I got a lot of content to do,
There's
so
people like
you
that.
know.
That's the thing.
yeah, there's people like that.
I look at it like if
I'm gonna go see what she talking about, and then after you figure out she ain't talking about nothing, then you go back to the one that was actually worth keeping anyway. It just happens that way. Same.
That's if she's there for you to come back
Yeah,
to.
that's-
For
He
me,
has left.
I would just play a different game, to be honest. I would just focus on like Call of Duty or Fortnite or something.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you see that girl over there, like, all right, I'm gonna go focus on
Well,
this girl for a little bit.
that's
I love his
cool.
ghost dogs analogy on this.
I'm just saying, like, for me, it's just like y'all already know I play other games anyway. So like MCOC ain't where it's made to be. I'm just gonna invest in another game and build my channel around that game.
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, I build my channel around different games.
Yeah, but I say my channel is already known for playing multiple games, not just MCOC. But MCOC is the game I focus on.
People
So
don't like watching other games.
No, they don't.
So Corey Gunn said, when are we gonna talk about RNG? Yeah, before anyone says it's part of the game, I know
Yeah.
it has to be what.
Boo hoo, suck it
Okay,
up.
no. And here's
It's
why
true.
I agree with Corey. This is why I agree with Corey. At I literally watched when the new feature crystal dropped. I watched Legacy open 17 feature crystals. I watched somebody else open a bunch too.
I opened up 5.
I have never seen a feature crystal drop back to back the same champ.
Oh, I did.
I have since this crystal
I've
came
seen.
out.
I got Medusa back to back.
As many times as this crystal has. I watched Legacy open up 3 champs like 3 times each.
That's crazy.
I don't have
Out
a
of
problem with the
17
RNG
crystals.
in this game. I must say I don't have a problem with the RNG in this game.
It's part of the game. We know it's part of the game, but I somewhat feel, and I could be wrong, and I haven't asked this question. I don't think I'd get a straight answer if I did ask this question. Is there a percentage of X amount of champs are in this pool that get pulled this many times? These amount of champs are in this pool that can pull this many times versus these champs who we know these are the most wanted champs are in a whole different spectrum of percentage of getting pulled.
The reason,
I mean,
the reason,
look at me.
Okay.
I've literally spent how many dual class mutant skill crystals before I finally bought a crystal that gave me Nick Fury, and then turned around a week later and got the 5-star Nick Fury.
Yeah, well, I say I don't see nothing wrong with RNG because I feel like it's fair for everyone. In my opinion, I know that sounds
It
weird.
favors
Well, I
other
say-
people more, but it's still.
I feel like you get streaks of good luck, and then you'll get the champions you want, and then you'll start getting a bunch that you don't want. Like you're not using all the champions that you're. There's a bunch of champions you want to pull, you'll get them, but you're not using them constantly. Like you'll need a certain champion for this, for maybe AQ, or need a certain champion for this for AW. I don't know. I don't mind the RNG also. Like it's you'll get good pulls, and then you might get a streak of bad pulls, but then you get a streak of bunch of good pulls.
I agree. I will say RNG's not biased. I feel like they tweaked the AI though. I feel like the AI is different. If I had to complain about anything,
I feel like the AI different too, and I feel like it's been different since September's update.
Yeah, but I'll say the AI moves differently to me. Like it intercepts me now, it parries me now, it dexes out of specials and throws heavies when it's throwing. I mean, throws special when it's throwing a heavy. I feel like the AI has been changed in some way. I don't know how. Can't explain it, but I just know the AI is different.
AI has definitely changed.
So they fight better now.
Not even necessarily fight better now. I've noticed even more so just trying to bait out a special.
Oh yes, special. It's so annoying when they won't throw a special.
And God forbid you're on a no like spite or power snack where you're constantly trying to dex out to get them to throw a special, and every time you dex, it's grown their power meter even more. Oh my God, it's terrible. Real quick, I gotta catch up on the chat some more. Real quick, Guido says, "Is there going to be a square table discussion soon?"
Nope.
Wow. So annoying.
Always one in the chat. Take a lap, Guido. You heard BG. Take a lap. Exit said to give Kabam Shovel Dad something to do. What? That's why we got the sunglasses event. Lord. In all honesty, I still go by the Summer Appreciation 2020 was so freaking good. Yeah, that's the one that everybody remembers.
Yeah, that was good.
Everybody talk about. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be good for CAF players looking to get Thornbreaker. I'm not sure what that's about. New kid in the house. Servers
What's up, Japo?
Road.
What's up, Double P? Sorry,
Yeah, but
Ricochet.
he-
What's up? We're having like a
How-
group
the
discussion.
house
Ghost
server
Dog's
thing,
on.
like,
We're having. He's kind of like taking lead on all this.
Like, highway,
But it's
the
me,
engine,
Lefty,
like,
Xander, and Ghost Dog.
Gotcha.
We're just discussing the
Gotcha.
state of
I
the
see
game and
that
everything.
later
So
on. I looked at it.
I'm not trying to ignore you guys or anything.
Guy,
I'm gonna spend what I do every July 4th in Open Side Wing, only $50 on and $100 offer. Yeah, I might get something on.
I think he does.
I might get
think
something. I don't
give
know
him
yet.
more
I don't
crap than
know.
he should.
It depends.
He should.
Who knows?
I kind of agree.
I don't think he's a customer service rep. He's a community relations.
That's right. You
rep.
talked about this
That's
yesterday. Damn, 6-star Medusa
feel
and
like
Awaken
they-
2. Yeah,
they-
Jaw. I pulled her.
Yeah,
I think it was back to
Lure-
back,
or
or
anybody else.
I'm pretty
If
sure I
someone
pulled her
was
back to back, Jaw.
constantly-
It was.
constantly going at you,
It was crazy. I like that I pulled
disrespecting
Medusa
you,
too. Like at first I was
eventually
kind of
at some point,
mad,
you're gonna
but
come back at them. He's
you
a
know.
human. Just
who is
like you
Discord
are.
always pinging?
So
Is that
there's only
on
so
my
much you're
end
gonna take before
or
you say something
Ghost Dog's end?
slip back. So tip Johnny, others.
And I don't know how to
like
change
them are
that.
better
I'm not a
examples
big
of guys who don't
Discord
work in those areas
person,
and
so
get
I really don't know all this stuff.
peppered. They do. Let's see.
Okay, Dex, what's up,
Unless the
dude?
offers is so good. I agree. This Cyber Weekend will not be good. Their offers are always great.
I think
They're
Cyber Weekend
always
will be
great.
good.
I've
I
not
do.
been- since I have been.
They can't
buying
hear me right
Cyber
now, so I'm
Weekend
talking to you
offers,
guys.
July 4th deals
That's all.
and all that. I've never not known to be good.
So I think the Cyber Weekends. I think all
What's
those
going on,
weekends are
Red Dog?
good. All
Let's
those things are
see.
good.
What's going on, P Squared? Catching up and trying. Mike
Ghost
Vincent
Dog's
says,
really
"No, you
far
may not
behind."
Quit, but you cannot spend, and that is true.
Oh wait a minute, I forgot to do a heavy.
Ghost Dog, I purposely put my maybe $20 to $30 a
Mm.
week towards the big deals for several weeks in advance, so that I didn't.
You know,
money
chilling,
didn't
dude.
miss
Tell
much.
Ghost Dog keep
I
it
didn't
down.
need to rob it for this Cyber weekend. I feel you.
What?
See, Tobias agrees. He says he believes the
Alright,
champs are given a certain number.
I feel like that's difficult to.
I don't think it is. It's going to be difficult to prove because all they got to say is what our drop rates are for this particular crystal. Our drop rates are this for this 6-star. For 6 stars, it's this. For 5 stars, it's that. They don't have to say, well, for this particular 6-star, it's this.
So are y'all saying
Within
like
the 6 stars.
there's a certain number of 6-star champions that are released on early access bundles? Or I don't understand what you're trying to say. What do you mean?
So, just in general, just to say like a standard 6-star basic crystal. There's great champs in there like Shang-Chi, Nick Fury, Doom, Corvus, things like that. Sometimes you see a lot of those champs pop up, but there's sometimes you see more other champs pop up than you will find those rare ones that people want.
I think what Ghost Dog's trying to say is that there is a percentage on what champion pops out of a crystal.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say.
He's saying.
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is either. I feel like that'll be even harder to like.
Harder to prove. It's not hard to manipulate at all.
Yeah, I mean, but Ghost Dog, think about it, because at any random time there are probably hundreds of people opening 6-star crystals. How would you monitor how much percentage of a champion is released?
You just build it into the program.
There's a program for crystals.
I don't know.
I would say I don't know. I'm not saying I disagree.
Let's
I'm
get your
just saying
tinfoil hats on, guys.
I mean,
I don't know.
it's the same way they say, okay, here's a cabinet crystal. You get X amount for 3 stars, you get X amount for 4 stars, you get X amount for 5 stars, X amount for 6 stars.
Yeah, but then
Here's a 6-star crystal. For X amount, these tier champs are 50% of you have 50% chance to pull. Out of this tier of champs, you have 20%. Out of this tier of champs, you have 5. Out of this tier,
I
you
think
have
it's all
1.
random.
I think it is too.
I think it's random, but I think it's I still think the drop rates are I just feel like
I want to
it's
dig deeper into this. So okay, so you can say maybe there's a percentage for each champ, but then on top of that, there's got to be a percentage for each class you pull. What is the percentage for each class?
Yeah,
There's
but I say
6
maybe there's a
classes.
percentage for class, but champions. Then you would have to break it down by like which champions are good and which champions are not good, and I mean base that on a community votes. It's like I feel like that would be difficult to do.
I just don't think it's as hard to do. I think you put them into a bucket and say this bucket's worth this percentage, this bucket's worth that percentage. Again, when I started this, I said we can all agree to disagree.
Yeah,
I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to point out what I feel, where I agree with certain people on certain things.
I'm just trying to imagine what Caban would have to do to actually do that, though. I feel like that'd be more work for them, right?
Also,
would.
so you haven't gotten a message from the CCP server, you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
What was I going to say? So let's think about it like this: when Red Mags before his buff, how often did you see people pull him and be like, because he used to pop out of the crystal all the time, and nobody wanted them. Now since his rework, you don't see Red Mags pop up as much as frequently as you
Uh,
used to. I know there are more champs since then, but in the same breath, I you could easily move his bucket. You could easily say, okay, now instead of being in bucket 5, he's in bucket 3 or bucket 2.
Yeah, I can understand that, but how would you monitor that? That's my thing. It's because
that's
it's just like there's so many people opening up champions. It's going to be
yeah.
difficult. I'm sorry. I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head around it.
I get it, and I'm not saying it's accurate. I could be completely tinfoil hat in this one right here. I have my tinfoil hat. There's not many things I have my tinfoil hat for. I have my tinfoil hat for this one.
Hmm.
Fair
Hey,
enough.
You're
I'm
stretching.
going to be skipping a few things, guys. I apologize in the chat, but I am so far behind in the chat. If I did miss something that you put in there, please go back and re-ask it later on. I'm going to move past some of this stuff. Um, yeah, I get asked
There
about
is
looking like
there is
Chug all the
I
time.
don't know if you're gonna talk about this, but there's one thing that bothers me so much in this game
Go ahead.
is the ISO problem and why you when you dupe a 6-star you get the same amount of ISO as duping a 4-star. That is just my biggest freaking issue in this
I
game
kind of
right now.
agree with that. I feel like for duping a 6-star, you should get
Man.
more ISO.
So here's what my thought process was. So real quick, I'm gonna catch up on the bottom part. Ooh, welcome to the chat. Says
Hey, Morgan.
not really. They see which champs we use the most and assign lower value in drops. I see. Ooch on the same level I am. Corey's 100% right. I missed what Corey said, so I don't know what he's 100% right about. Just like they have a percentage for 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he's saying what I'm saying. In Grandmaster crystals and Cavalier crystals, it's easy to put them all into a bucket. You just put them into a bucket.
In that case, wouldn't that just be a crystal based on, oh, look, Doom, Aegon, Torch, Nick Fury, Ghost? Wouldn't that just be a crystal around that
Well, we're
instead
not
of
just
just.
talking about a crystal. We're talking about, for
Hmm.
instance, a 6-star basic crystal, and they have so the drop rate for a 6-star and a 6-star basic crystal is 100% 6-star, correct?
Correct. Okay.
Yes.
I'm with you.
Out of that 100% 6-star, out of that, they can make buckets and say, okay, we see what people like to use as far as champs. We see what champs this are really like what we call groundbreaking meta champs, and they go into bucket A. They have the lowest percentage of being pulled. Then the next set of champs go in bucket B, and then bucket C, bucket D, bucket F until you fill out all the buckets, and
Okay.
then your crystal spins. Now, when you land on a champ, you just basically landed on. If you get a bucket A champ, that might only be worth 3%. You had 3% out of that 100% chance to get that particular bucket champ, and
Okay.
then vice versa.
Let
You
me
don't
try.
have to change the field. You just have to change the bucket rate.
Let me try to wrap my head around this. I feel like the reason I'm not sure if I can wrap my head around it or agree with this is because I feel like I've seen champ accounts who aren't even like uncollected pull 6-star ghosts and Corvus and Doom.
Again, it's RNG and RNG built in with RNG.
I just feel like I feel like if that were making buckets, I
That's a
feel like
lot.
it'll be a lot. It'll be more comfort, more understanding, or more realistic if they
It's
based it on
it,
the
so
account progression.
what's the difference in a Cavalier crystal?
Cavalier Crystal, that's random. I've gotten a 6 off from the weekly Cavalier Crystal,
Right,
right?
but
Like that.
but they have percentages, right? Your
Yeah.
for you to get a 6-star champ
Yeah, but
is like what 1%, 2%.
yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference?
The difference is it's not based on champion. It's just like a 6-star
Yeah, it's
champion.
based
That's the
on
difference.
crystal. Yeah.
Right. It's not about based on like
I
the
got
actual
that. So
champion.
then, what's the difference?
Well, how are they putting these champions in? Let's say your buckets. Are they going
Yeah, you
by
just
the
put it in
champions
buckets.
that we use? You're saying
Yeah,
like
they can
so
base it off the
since
data.
so everyone's using Corvus or whatever or Ghost or whatever, so they put them in this bucket, and then in this.
So you're gonna tell me this Kabam is this big data built company, and they don't have the data to see. Okay, these champs get used the most. These champs are the best champs for this. that the community deems the best. These are the champs that get used the most for this purpose. For these
I
purposes.
feel I feel like, I mean, they may do that, but I feel like they don't manipulate the crystals to affect the drop rates of that particular champion. I feel like that would be a waste of time for them,
Because when
right?
you
Like,
pop, yeah, that's I don't
At
think they
all.
do that.
It's no different. It's no different than saying this big percentage. This 3 stars get 50% of the crystal. 4 stars get 15% of the crystal. Five
But
stars
again,
get 10% of the crystal.
but again, that's a crystal. That's a
I'm also,
crystal.
yeah, okay, that's
But
a
it's the
three
same.
star.
It's a bucket nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a bucket, but you got to admit they're being openly honest about what the percentage of pulling that particular three, four,
They're
five.
still being. They're being honest. Out of
Mhm.
this 6-star basic crystal, you
No,
have a
that's not
100%
being
chance
honest.
to get a 6-star.
Yeah, but I say,
You have a 100% chance to get a 6-star. They didn't say
Right.
what 6-star. They just said 100% chance to get a 6-star.
but you said they were being honest. I feel like if they were the way you're explaining it to me, they have a
You're at-
percentage of pulling a Doom, right? I feel like they wouldn't be being honest if there's an actual
That
percentage to
isn't.
pull Doom versus other meta champions. That's not being honest. That's the withholding
What
information.
what were they being dishonest about? Did they
The
say
cha-
did they say in this crystal that you have a 100% chance to pull a 6-star?
yeah, but you're breaking
Did
it
you
down
pull
the way.
did you pull a 6-star?
Yes, but let me explain though.
Did
You're
you,
breaking
then I gave you what you asked.
No, you
Mm.
didn't.
No.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't. No,
I
just
gave
let me
you-
explain. Let me explain. I feel like the fact that you're withholding your percentage of pulling the champion that you would actually want is withholding information because it's not broken down in the description of that 6-star. You have 100% to pull a 6-star.
They don't
but you
have
can
to give
say
you that much information.
if they're breaking it down by buckets, yes, they do.
I thought that's why they I thought that's why they even put the percentage in because they got in trouble for that for not putting the
They gotta
percentages
go-
in.
Exactly, but
That's what I thought,
that's
too.
that's as far as they have to go. They don't have to give you any additional information.
It sure seemed like they would have to if they were doing it that way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Again, and this is all tinfoil hat for me. I'm just stating what I feel for this particular point of the game.
No, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. I feel like if they were doing it the way you're saying, I feel like that's withholding information.
Are reading the
Unless-
chat?
it's not
You're-
Yeah,
you're
sorry,
trying to
Dex.
understand what I'm saying, but also saying
I kind of wanted to get in that discussion,
makes
man.
sense.
The
You
spins
can-
come out of the same as you would pop the
Fair
crystal. Once you either hit the
If you
crystal
felt
or
the way
put
I
it in the
felt, like
spinner,
some
it's the
people
same
in the chat
outcome.
feel like
Yeah,
that.
that's the same. Yeah, that's the
They
same,
see
man.
where I'm coming
You dropped the 3 viewers super
Yeah, but
from
see, I'm
9
not-
since I came here. What's going on? No, it's hard to kind of go back and
Yeah, but
forth.
then
It's
you're
hard to
also-
go back
you're
and
saying
forth,
you're not
Dex,
trying to
man.
disagree with me, but then in turn you disagree.
It's because I'm
No,
trying to
what I'm
watch
trying to
Ghost
understand
Dog's
is
chat
why
also,
wouldn't that- well,
and like I got
that's not
it's
disagreeing.
it's
I'm
very
trying to
hard. I
understand
don't have
why
my
I'm
two
saying it
screens
doesn't
up,
make
and if
sense
I had
to me,
my
because I
two
feel like
screens
there'd be
up,
more work.
this would be a
Again, it
lot
doesn't make sense
easier,
because
like
you
a
don't
lot
think that's the
easier.
way to
So
do it.
I got to get my other
Yeah,
screen
that-
up.
that's true. But doesn't mean I
This
disagree
would
with you, I
this is
don't
where
think they
it's
would have
been
acted
like I
that
said.
way.
I didn't have everything up.
Like I said, I just don't
I usually have my
understand why
other
they
screen
would,
over
but
here,
at the end,
and
you're
then I
right,
could
it is
just
a
look
bit of
over
a
here,
for-profit
and it would be
company, I
on
believe
Discord.
that.
So I'm clicking through everything. It's very
For-profit company.
difficult.
I tell you what, when I run my for-profit
I'll wait till I
company,
get
I'm
back
looking
on.
to make money. And if they tell me that I just have to tell you this, then that's all I have to tell you.
I'm just saying, if I ran a for-profit company, I would just affect the drop rates even more, right? Like, who cares about the champion?
But you
I don't want you to
can't
pull a
really per
6-star.
se. You can't affect it too much more because at that point you got to make it enticing enough to pull somebody in to buy it.
Well, that's
You
what I
know,
think the early access crystals are for. Like, you have a 0.3% chance of pulling a Doom. I
Yeah,
feel like
that gets you to buy them early.
okay.
They get you to buy them early. That's
No,
what
I think those are different from. Because they're showing us things. I think. Oh wait, I'm with Lefty on this though. I am with Lefty. It's very confusing on this one.
I get where you guys are coming from because if you're not thinking like, why would somebody do that? Why would they make that extra work? And in my mindset, it's not really extra work.
I do have to agree with the fact that like businesses do have a habit of doing shit like this. They do
Agree.
hide certain things from the public for specific reasons.
Agree. Even when they're told they have to show certain information, they show the information that they have to show
They do the bare minimum to comply with
to
what
comply.
That's fair. I'm not disagreeing. I just want to. That's all I saw. But I'm not one that like when I open a 6-star, whether it be featured or basic, it's just I'm expecting a better champion or something. So
So Mike Middleton comes back and says, Corey Gunn's wrong. We know where Dooms go. Not to the crystal. They get stolen. We both know that.
Is that why I didn't get a 6-star Doom yet?
Oh,
You're stealing them?
Come on, man.
I don't know what people are talking about for Ghost Dog stealing Dooms. I got a Doom just fine.
can I ask this though? Is there anything about the game that you actually like?
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
sorry. We have spent an hour and a half talking about all the negatives. So let's move to some of the things that we like. Let's also talk about
What we maybe would like to see later
what
Oh,
on.
we'd like to see
I mean, I can
and
tell you
some of
what
the
I
things
like.
coming up.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Well, I was saying on
Uh,
Lefty's stream yesterday, like I like the buff champions. I think they're doing a great job with the buff champions. Like I enjoy playing them. I think they've done really good with all the buff champions. Most of them, not every
I
single
think the
one, but
Summer
most of them.
Pain, the Gauntlet,
Yeah, Summer Pain was good.
7.3. I think they did such a great job on that.
Right, and so Super, let me ask you this: you like some of these buffs is because you personally enjoy how they buff that champion, right? Not
Yeah.
because they're Magneto level overpowered or they didn't reach Magneto level. It's because you like the way they are, right?
Yes,
Okay,
and how I could use
great.
them in different areas of the game.
Exactly, because someone like you can use that champion in that area, not because oh no, they're not. It's bad because it's not Magneto level good. That's one thing I get so irritated with.
Oh no,
it's
I
bad
hear what
buff
you're saying.
because
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
I hear what
Magneto.
you're saying. Yeah, it's I like when
So
they buff a champion and you could use them in. You know, if you didn't have certain like I pulled Karnak, I was kind of upset, and then seeing his buff, I was like, okay, maybe I could just use him in this area of the game or just somewhere. I'm not saying possibly him because I might have someone else I could use over him, but there's
Right.
champions that have been buffed to where I could be like, sweet, now I could use him for this lane is like in whatever because I got to do 7-2 and 7-3, so now maybe I could use champion that's been buffed in one of those lanes that I didn't really have a counter for or anything.
I'm assuming you saw the Corey Guns comment, GD.
seen all of them. So Duke says Blade as a 6-star. That's what I want. Damn it. I agree. Blade as a 6-star, although it'd take me 3 years to pull him. I'd want him as a 6-star.
Uh,
Judah says besides Gamora. Judah,
we don't
I'm
talk
holding
about
up 3
Gamora.
fingers, and they're not all for you. There's just one just for you.
Oh, Summer Canteen was
Let's
hot
see.
garbage. More
Corey
Summer
Gunn
of Pain.
says,
I
yeah,
want
let's
Winter
hear
of
about how
Pain,
much
Spring
Ghostbusters
of Pain,
love
Holiday Season of
Grandmaster
Pain,
Gauntlet. Actually, I did
Plaza
buy
of Pain.
Grandmaster
I
Gauntlet.
want
There
him.
was 2 fights in the Grandmaster Gauntlet.
I'll bring that up, Red Dog.
I hope
I'll
so.
bring that up, man. I'm bringing that right now.
Don't take credit for that, man. Don't
So-
take credit for that. Don't.
So someone just
take-
said in my chat, you know, we had the Summer of Pain. Why can't we get like the Winter of Pain, Spring of Pain, like all
I like-
seasons of
Look how
pain?
long it took them to make it because we were supposed to get the Summer of Pain
Last
back in
year.
2020.
Yeah.
It took them an extra year to get it together, so you can't really just keep releasing content like that.
Well, it's not that it took them that long. It's because they were already pushing out so much that they decided to delay it. They put
Delayed
it
it,
on.
yeah, and they put it, but they delayed it for a year.
Yeah.
I think it was really well done though.
It
Yeah,
was.
It was well
Really,
worth the
really
wait,
good.
honestly.
I just wish the Summer of Pain wouldn't have been during my vacation, so I could have participated a little bit more. Because by the time I actually started getting into it,
Scheduled a vacation.
oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because by the time I actually started getting into it, I think I had missed like, I don't know, I missed
Several
a few
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah.
I missed several.
I missed the
weeks.
first 2 weeks, and then third week I saw it and I was like, "What is this?" And I got really into it. It was fun.
Let's
It
see.
was.
Because Mike Middleton, I don't really want to cover the Mercs and cheater thing
Nah,
because
it's-
that gets talked about all the time.
That's the toxic part of the game. We don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind discussing
I agree.
stuff about the game. That I know that's part of the game and that's an issue, but that's a whole
a different
draining
area.
topic.
Yeah,
That's a whole draining topic.
you can't stop it. You can't stop it. It's gonna
Every
happen.
game has that kind of community.
Yeah.
Let's see. Redwood says OG 5-star Scarlet Witch 2. When are we finally going to get her in the future? I will not open any 5-stars and save up the shards till they put her in. Well, then you may not open up another 5-star ever again, Redwood.
Yeah, that's gonna be a long time. I thought they were gonna do it like because they were bringing out
She's
like
in the incursion crystal though.
She's in the incursion crystals. She was in another crystal, wasn't she?
she
was
was.
a feature you could buy.
She's
Yeah.
her featured calf crystal.
Crack calf crystals, yeah. But she hasn't been in. I don't expect they'll put her in there, especially now that there's Scarlet Witch
They might eventually like down the road, just
down the road possibly.
once rank 4s are probably out or something. Who knows?
Corey Gunn says, I'd rather have a winter of pain than another variant flooded with 5-star based rewards. That is
Y'all
somewhat
seen
of an
that?
issue
They need to update
because,
rewards again. It's
well,
been like almost a year.
but here's the thing: you don't want to make it so hard that someone who's
Okay.
uncollected on the way to becoming Cavalier can't get initial clear done.
All right, so I just got randomly logged out as we're talking about all this stuff. I just got randomly logged out. Like, you know, I'm not even fighting or anything. I just got logged out.
I'd say so. From a lot of people, from what I've seen, and I usually agree with this advice. I'd say maybe start focusing on variant stuff once you like get Cav and maybe progress a little bit through.
Well, there's some parts of the early variants that I think, as uncollected players, before you hit Cav or maybe right after you hit Cav, you probably need to do some of the earlier variants because they still need to build their rosters up a little bit on the 5-star side so they can continue to keep using those champs in 6-2, 6-3, and 6-4. But I feel once you get to the point kind of where Corey Guns is at, Xander where you're at, where I'm at, Lefty's at, Super's at, I think the rewards become like it's cool to get the 5-star shards. It's cool to get
the 4 to 5 is cool. I think
4 to 5
cool.
is cool because then you can rank 5 with 5-star champs that you probably wouldn't rank 5 because you don't want to waste your material on them. But in the 2 to 3 generic stuff is okay. In the 3 to 4 generic stuff for 2017 champs, they need to bump it up to 2018. That stuff's okay, but I get it. I get where you want to as a Stormbreaker in/in-game player, or even Cavalier, a late in Cavalier player, you're kind of done at that point. Really, your focus is really starting to shift, and 5-stars just really don't do it for you. They're basically just ISO at that point.
Yeah. Hell, even today when I opened the 5-star Nexus, like, oh, I probably shouldn't have opened this. It's pretty much ISO for me at this point. But something that Corey Gunn said here, it's like when I said about updating, I don't mean for like all of them. All the other variants would still be fine. I'm just saying for like maybe a variant 8 and onwards, like
start updating the newer variants.
Like
yes.
Stormbreaker, give more 6-star shards, like 1 to 2 gems maybe for 6 stars.
Make it to where it's tougher for someone who's just hit Cavalier to do variant 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of how variant 1 was. Variant 1 I just thought was
that was hard. Variant 1 was hard. Variant 1
game right now, you will see that I've never touched variant 1.
Dude, I tried doing variant 1 when it first dropped. Keep in mind, I still had like a 440 blade or 450 blade. Like, no, I couldn't get through that.
No.
Even I went through it with like my more developed roster. I still had a hard time going through there.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I did pretty good because I had a 6-star Gladiator Hulk in the Starburst lane and everything. I think I did pretty good. So there was some hard parts though. The Tech and Mystic, I think was kind of because my roster wasn't crazy at that time.
Yeah, we were all still really developing a roster at that point. Mamos says I like the Glory Store updates in the Glory Store. The fact they gave us one is awesome. I do. I think that they given us the Glory Store to kind of help with some of the stuff was awesome. Red Dog, I hate to say this, but that's part of the problem. Is that we want to talk? No, I'm skipping that. Skipping it, Red Dog. Thank you. We talk about it. We trust me. We talk about it a lot. I don't talk about it here, but we talk about it in ILAC stream a lot. We talk about it in other people's streams, in videos, in Reddit boards, and everywhere else a lot.
Yeah, it gets talked about.
Unless we can come up with a clear-cut solution to it, I don't understand.
The channel is built around talking.
Talking about that. Yeah, so I feel like I'm talking about it.
Want that? Go over to his channel in quotes.
We need a way to report Kabam about known cheaters. Reach out to somebody in the CCP.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
They'll pass it on. They'll pass it on to Kabam for you. And if they can the thing is, we can talk about known cheaters. They still have to catch them.
Yeah.
Just saying that we know they're a cheater isn't enough.
You have to prove it.
You have to be able to prove it. one thing. Oh, we were going to talk about the one thing I would like to see because we were kind of going to talk about this, and I kind of think I kind of derailed it a little bit. Was the ISO? So I had an ideal.
Please
Here's
talk.
an ideal that I had. I would like to see continued 4-star dupes to continue to get 24 bricks of the 5,000 class ISO. For a 5-star, I'd like to see that bumped up to 36 bricks.
I'd say double it from 24 to 40.
I say 36 bricks. And then
Why
for
36?
just 12 more bricks. The natural progression. It just feels like a more natural projection than double. Double's cool, but so either, and that's what I was gonna say. 6 stars, either make it 48 or make it 24 of the 10,000 class ISO bricks. And I think that would solve a small portion of the ISO issues that we all run into because the biggest thing about ranking up a 6-star from rank 1 to rank 3 is generally ISO.
Yes.
Where a few dupes on a few champs as a 4-star, you could take a 5-star up to rank 5, no problem. But you need like massive amounts of bricks for a 6-star to go to rank 3. When you feel like you have enough, you never have enough.
I mean, I'm fine with the 5-star dupe. The bricks
like,
that we get, it's just a 6-star one that bothers me.
I feel like maybe the 6-star, maybe bump it up to 36, like you say, for like the 5 stars. Maybe 6 stars should be 36 tier 6 ISO because leveling them up is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It is. How many does it even take?
5 stars. It's so stupid.
I don't have you count, but you got to think about it. To go from generally by the time you get from a rank 1 6-star level 1 to a level like 20, you're looking at what, about 27,000 ISO brick points you need, give or take. Maybe
it is ridiculous.
And that's just a rank 1.
Well, how many the tier 5 ISO does it take to take a 6-star to 1 just ranking up 6-star from to rank
from level 1 to rank 25?
Yeah.
I'd say like 2 inventories worth of ISO is like the classic. For tier 5, just like 2 inventory levels.
Yeah, tier 5.
It's
ridiculous. If I could remember off the top of my head, like you saying like a full inventory worth of like a specific ISO, 45 like bricks of that, I'd say that takes me up to maybe level 10 to maybe 12 or 13 max as rank 1. It's so ridiculous.
So that's some of the things. Lefty, is there anything you would like to see added?
So when it comes to ISO bricks?
Either ISO bricks or just anything
I
else?
want them to add like an ISO quest, to be honest.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, well, see,
Kind of how they do like the Halls of Fortune or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Like, because I feel like ISO is definitely an issue now. So I feel like besides increasing the drop rates for ISO bricks when duping a champion, they need to add an ISO quest. We have a gold quest, even though it's behind the sigil. I just feel like they need to add one for ISO now.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about some of the upcoming stuff Gary come up that and what we like about it, what we don't maybe not necessarily care about it, and we'll continue to keep as we see things thinking about what we would like to see. Chat as well if you guys want to talk about more things you would like to see. Let's keep talking about it.
Is there anything you guys actually
But we got
you guys like about the game?
Deadpoolooza.
So maybe I could bring it to their attention.
This one, just because it is a Deadpool one. The Deadpool ones, the stories are usually fun.
There's some stuff. There's a lot of stuff actually I do like about the game.
So you get to use. You probably get some kind of bonus for using your mercs.
We got issues.
Mercs for hire.
We got some issues.
Champs, so like your dominoes, your hit monkeys.
The Wi-Fi symbol of death.
You got a Deadpool. I got a 6-star Deadpool X-Force dude. Thanks, Judah. Appreciate it.
I have a gold pool, so.
I have a gold pool 5-star.
I do too. You have a 6-star one?
Yeah, he's got a 6-star one. He pulled it on. What was that?
The balloons.
The balloons, yeah.
The balloons event.
I do not have one.
I don't have many mercenary ranked up though. I think I got Domino and a Hitmonkey, and that's it.
Mine is pretty much Black Widow, Deadly Origin, and Domino.
Yeah, that's my big one is Black Widow, Deadly Origins.
I love her.
Yeah, I have Black
I do
Widow.
too. I love it. She was my first skill rank 3.
She's a rank 2. She's on. I got a chance to rank 3 somebody. She's on the list.
I instantly did her, man. I just love using her.
Well, I have other.
Well, yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
So Slayer Scars is saying I was thinking that they should give us a daily quest, which Lefty said, for ISO on Mondays when we get mutant ISO like 36 bricks. I don't know if 30. I don't think 36 would be the number. I think it should be something like 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
Just a quick quest. You do like you finish one path, you get 3. You finish another path, you get 3. You complete it, you get 3. Then you get 3 additional ones for completing 100% the board or something like that. Red Dog says from rank 1 to rank 2, it takes between 4 and 5 4-star dupes worth of ISO.
Yeah,
oh wow,
that right? Yeah,
I didn't know it was that much.
It doesn't feel that much, but you got to remember our inventories usually hold like 54 bricks. Is it 45 bricks?
45 base, 56 with a sigil.
They should definitely increase their inventory size too. For being honest.
I think
that's true.
Just
I didn't even think about that.
On both sides. Let's see. They need to update the quest altogether. To be honest, define update the quest, Redwood.
Yeah,
Mike Middleton says I like to see more communication updates on progression from the roadmap they laid out. I would like to get a little bit more on the roadmap too. We got all excited last year to roll it out with them, and then I don't know what happened. It kind of like here's the roadmap. We started walking down it, and then like I think the bridge fell. And so we had to take a different
crumbled.
Road. We had to take a different road or something.
It happens too. And it's understandable that they say these scenes and we stuff about them. Yeah, I can understand why you're mad. Just all it takes is a little patience. They're focusing on other shit right now. So just let them do what they're trying to do right now. So
the parry and dex issues were unexpected, so I felt like that might have derailed the roadmap. That's just my opinion, but that's what I honestly think.
New champions broke the game. It's unintentional. Man broke the game.
Judah, Judah, I swear for God, you say Gamora one more time.
Time you out. Say the word, Ghost Dog. I'll do it.
I will time you out. Vegan Thrasher, what's going on, man? It's been a while. Karnak is listed as a mercenary. Maybe with his buff, he'll be clutch for the next variant.
Ooh, nice.
That is true. I'm staring at the mercenary list right now, and I'm telling you, it's short.
It's not a very big list.
Nope.
No, it's not. Let's see. Support the channel by donating. Oh, my bad. That's Nightbot.
You're reading Nightbot?
If it was Lefty's channel, he'd hit me with the boy. If you don't, that'd be coming right there. Black Widow Deadly Origin is so tight. She is. Kabama's going to pretend like the roadmap never existed. They're not going to pretend like it didn't exist. They've actually touched bases about it, but again, I think what happened was we were on it and we got a couple things from it, and then like this bridge fell that was on the road from the map. So instead of taking Route 40, we had to jump off and take like Route 10 and come back around to Route 40 at some point. So we missed a few things, and we got back on track, and they got a few more things from the roadmap that weren't. We missed some of the things they said they were going to do because for some reason it didn't happen. But then we got a few new things, and then that I was like, oh, okay, cool. The roadmap's back on track, and then there was another bridge that was down. So now we were on 40, but now we got to take 55, and we're on 55 right now, and I don't know what happened.
People just have to think this game has just been out for This game's been out for 6 years. It's a long time for an app game. That is great
for any mobile game.
Yeah,
it's a long time.
Especially when you're competing against console games too. Like they have an impressive 6-year run.
Here's the thing I will say about this game, and why I say it's different than a console game. The console game, the biggest drawback for a console game is that it is a console game. Mm-hmm. So you have to be at home in front of your console. Even on the Switch, you have to have your Switch with you charged up, ready to go to play those games.
And also, it's not updated every month either.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So it doesn't always get updates. So there's that. Whereas this mobile game, I put it in my pocket. Oh, wait a minute. My wife is now in the store shopping for XYZ, or my girl's doing this, or my guy's over here talking with his buddies. Let me whip out my game and play for 10 or 15 minutes in AQAW or Quest or whatever I may do. Or I'm just sitting in front of the TV mindlessly listen to background noise on TV. Let me just do something else with my hands.
Yeah, and that's why I'm willing to understand some of the stuff that Kabam goes through because they update this game every month for 6 years. So I'm just like, okay, you have a few issues here. I can be a little understanding, a little, but some issues like I'm not gonna be understanding on that one. No, can't give you that.
Let's talk about this. The skip special 3 button.
Oh, that's great.
My God.
I'm so excited for that.
I'm very excited for that.
I still have 3 packs left to do the Abyss. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tired of seeing Doom Special 3. And I'm tired of seeing it by the time I'm done with the Abyss.
Yeah.
And so hitting that skip button, hitting that skip Special 3. Now here's the question that I'm kind of wondering. I don't know if we've ever got the actual answer for it. But when you hit the skip Special 3, does that time? So like if I'm at 223, do I get like the 220, 218 now? When I hit skip, do I lose those 5 seconds, or does that just?
Oh yeah.
Do I still carry? Do I still carry over the same time?
Because some SC3s are longer.
Their special attack, it takes up those seconds. So
by
you
really
skipping it.
Well, you're skipping the animation.
But it's I don't know. See, I don't know how that's gonna go.
You're not skipping the time. You're not skipping the time.
Animation. Like,
so it's kind of like, all right. So think about it like this. I don't know how y'all play Madden. Madden had a feature where you could basically like skip a certain feature.
It's a little hard to hear the other guys talking here. It's much more clear over at Ghost Dungeon.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's because
like,
I don't have. It was my first one.
Change.
Red Dog.
That time frame they said it would take.
Let me see if I could fix it real quick. Thank you for telling me though. I appreciate it. Thank you for telling me, man.
I've never played Madden, so no. Sorry.
You lost me when you said Madden.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
You said Madden. I don't play I don't play any sports game, dude. I don't play any sports game at all.
I love Madden.
So I'm just seeing here.
I'm a big Madden fan.
Time matches do not have a skip button. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's how you fix that.
Is that better, Red Dog?
That you actually like to watch?
All of them.
After a while, no.
I like them.
There's a lot of them I like to watch, but after a while, I'm like, let's go. Let's get through this fight. Let's go.
I don't mind watching Airwalker's SP3.
Honestly, I'm the most patient person where I do not care if I see the same special 3 for the millionth time. Like I've used Doom so many times, I do not care if I don't see if I see a special 3 again.
No, his I hate now at this point. I hate it.
I don't like Deadpool's.
Yeah, change that one. Please change that one. Who's he calling? Who is he on the phone with is all I want to know. Who is he talking to? Okay.
he can be gone.
Gwenpool's SP3 is funny. I like her special 3.
Yeah, no, Gwenpool's I like, yeah.
So my boy Marshall comes and says, let's go. Love the format. Hope I'm not that late. I mean, we're about 2 hours in, Martin.
Are we?
So, yeah, we're an hour and 52 minutes in my stream.
Oh, wow.
Super, when you complain about someone, time flies.
Yeah, okay.
You're not wrong.
I'm about to say, when you complain, you got plenty. Time is flying right on by.
Yeah, but
currently, like this, and this.
Currently, I have Lefty Knox, Super Gaming, and Xander Scar all on call with me. Possibly with the potential of Simula 54. Good Lord, that's me too. Simula 67 joining us potentially a little bit later.
Xander, are you
Xander,
are you the big Miles Morales fan?
Yes, that's him.
Okay.
Who's Miles?
Okay, all right. Never mind. Never mind.
Hi, would you like to talk about my Lord and Savior?
They could take the gear system they want to bring out and put it in the same place as the bases went. Oh no! Ooh, we're done talking negative about the game. Tell wifey be quiet. We're trying to do a round table.
Be quiet. It's time to talk game. Hold on, guys.
So I did want to talk about that. So everybody's like, "Oh, when 7 stars come out?"
You need to quit,
I think they're going to hold off for a long period of time on 7 stars. One, because we still don't have ranked 5, 6 stars.
I'm almost done here, anyways. With the game, we'll probably just talk a little bit more.
Just got ranked 4s.
I didn't even realize how fast time was flying.
They're going to do this
I got through
relic
everything so
system,
quick. I had
and
to
we
end
can
the
talk
stream real
about
quick
this
because somebody went with the sun real quick.
Tip just talked about it several times. It's his baby.
No,
He's
it's
been
still
working on it.
going on.
And,
Yeah,
It's
and
still going.
just
But
everyone here too,
everyone's
Cam
talking in,
also that said that
mostly Ghost
Graham
Dog
Tip
stream.
is working on this. I trust Cam. Cam
So
trusts Tip.
it's just
Well,
because
Tip-
it's
Tip
mostly
said
his
in
like
streams.
round
He's
table
been on
discussion, so it's
streams
hard to
and
kind of
said-
go
Right.
back and
So,
forth.
Yeah. No, I'm saying no. Like I saying I trust Cam when Cam says, "Oh,
But I am still
Tip
streaming.
is gonna do well on these relics." I trust Cam.
Thank you,
that we
Red Dog,
trust
for letting me know it's
Cam's
better.
tip about
I didn't see
the
it.
new system coming to the game.
It's
I'm also
because
not looking forward to
you
playing
hear
it,
us how it's not as
Also,
echoey.
dumb, small icon picks. How is
Stuff
that
like that
quality of
helps
life? Where's
with the
friends?
echo.
Bastards.
So like
That's
when me and
another
you are
thing I
on, it's
want.
not gonna
I
be as
want
like
preset
echoey.
masters.
Hey,
I don't even switch
I'm
my
gonna-
masters like that.
We're gonna have to test
But
out
I want the preset
the other
masters.
mic.
They've been saying that
for
was part
you.
of the roadmap. They said they were going to work on it.
Well, yeah,
It has
you're
not
gonna jump
happened
on Fridays, right?
Has not happened yet.
So I figure you just
No,
test
Drew,
out the
not
mic.
when you last. Here's a topic.
I-
how do you
I never
grade
had
the
it with
overall
2
roadmap?
mics.
Okay, we're going to skip past that.
So I actually don't know how it's
We're
gonna
talk
be.
About the roadmap. roadmap these
I'm
two
glad I
roadmaps
actually
pretty
found
much.
that.
Low key, what's going on? I still
Okay.
preset masteries. I agree.
All right.
We still want them. We still want them. We need those.
Can you up their audio?
I don't even want
I've been
the
playing this
suicide
game for
masters.
6 years and a
For
half
those
years.
of my friends who do,
It might be
how
the
much
best
of a
game I've
difference they
ever
would be.
played, and
I
that's
would like
and
to
that's
set it
saying
up.
something. Yeah, no, Red Dog, I agree.
But
This is
I don't like going back.
the
and
only game that I've been like addicted to like this, to where I've played consistently every single year. There's no other game out there that I've ever played for this long
Just
ever in
for
my
that
life,
reason,
man.
that reason
Like
alone.
not even
Here's
close.
that.
Here's the thing, like I said, I left the stream. It's
So I agree with you on
it's
that
an
one.
Amazing game, but right now, so many issues you can't ignore or be excited for. Well, Gears. Yeah, I get it. It's not necessarily Gears, but yeah, it's Gears. It's Gears. It's basically what it is. It didn't work in MROC, so we're gonna bring it over to MCOC. since
Oh,
we-
M-Rock, I mean, that was a failure.
It's still going.
Is it?
It's
Yeah,
still
it's still
going.
going.
It's still a thing. Let's see. How much will relics affect the bounce? I think relics will affect the bounce of to the point of if
Red
you
Dog,
have
do you know
this
Spider-Man
set of gear
2099
that fits these set of
or
champs,
where to fight
this will
Spider-Man
be good.
2099 at
It's kinda like
for
having-
today's objective?
having certain
And what was
boots.
yesterday's objective? Anyone
Like the
anyone tell me
6.3
yesterday's
boots, I think
objective
it's kinda- it's
and
gonna-
today's objective?
I don't know. I,
wonder how I can
I,
first
I
do
hate gear system games. I've tried them. I tried MROC. I tried Dungeon Hunter Champion. I never could understand the gear stuff. My girl tried to explain it to me. I'd be like, just put me in front of the game. Let me tap it.
I've gotten better at understanding and playing other games. Like at first I didn't because I never played a game like that. But within this past year, I've learned to understand them.
Ooh, what I'm hoping is it's not the same system as Transformers Force to Fight with Tip working on it. That's more focused around the game. Maybe they'll take what the failures were in that game and learn from them and make it better over this way.
I wanted that game. I love Transformers.
Have masteries unlocked. Ooh, I just don't like switching them. Leave me alone.
Hey, dude, no, I agree with you. Like even on the 7.3 beta, like anytime I tried going for like a solo run for a video, it's like, all right, let me take out the points, put them back in one by one. for
Yeah, I
each
hate
one.
that.
Oh, I messed up. Gotta undo it. Gotta do it again.
Do it again.
One,
Yeah.
Mhm.
two, oh, overshot again. Gotta undo it all. It's so
Yeah.
It's so
Give me 2 or 3 bills that I can work with, and then
Yeah,
I won't-
2 or 3. I don't even want like multiple. I just want one to swap back and forth between. That's
Yeah.
all I care about.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Forget all that. I want some new masters too.
Yeah,
You know,
I've been waiting for some.
wait,
Leslie. I'm with
you,
you.
know,
Masteries.
you know
Wait.
what? If you did do masteries, then you got to increase the levels
Yeah.
so we get more
Yeah.
mastery points.
How many would you say? Because we're at 6.
At least
Maybe
10
level
more.
70.
70,
Yeah,
70.
At least 10.
Do you
I say
think that
70
would
is
break
good.
The game?
No, if you're going to make more masteries,
I don't know. I feel like that will break the game.
because
Imagine having
here's the
two-
thing. Here's the thing. At a certain point on certain mastery trees, you have to have so much in the mastery tree to get to unlock the next set of masteries.
Yeah.
If we-
you
okay,
need
if you
requirements.
If
So-
you increase the levels, then you got to put a cap on amount of points that can go in each into each tree.
Well, okay, well, Lefty,
With it-
I'll raise
you're
you up
only
this point.
talking
There's still
10.
champions that need that are like that still need to be suicide friendly. I can't run miles and have a suicide mastery build on top of my current build. That still would
That's
kill my champions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's only one champion though. You
No,
gotta
that's
think of,
but there's a lot of champs like that.
There's a lot of unsuicide friendly
Yeah.
champions. That's my whole
but
point.
there's also a lot of suicide mastery friendly champions, and that will
Yeah,
make
so
them
that
too
person,
powerful.
but if you work that way, then you have to work with that person who wants to use those champs. That's the mastery build they're going to go with. I'm personally
know. I
probably
feel like-
never going to use that mastery, even though I have champs that are good for it. I
Exactly.
use more champs that aren't good for it.
Exactly.
Think about it though. Adding 10 more points, you're gonna add the suicide masteries with
But
regular masteries.
If you're adding
feel like
10 more points,
Honestly,
That is a lot.
I'm only
Even me-
talking adding 10 more points if we're talking about adding additional masteries.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, like, I think that's
And
a
then-
good idea.
but-
Adding more masteries.
Yeah, if you add more mastery points, then add more masteries.
Also,
If
who's
you're
to
not adding
say
more
that I
masteries,
want to
then leave it
put
the same.
them into suicides? Who's to say I want to?
Yeah, but I'm saying that there are going to be people that are going to use that, and they're going to have a significant advantage when it comes to like Legends run, Mythic run, stuff like that. You got to think.
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. I didn't realize we were on that
No,
long.
I
I
feel
thought
like
Ghost
eventually
Dog
we'll
was
come back.
going on later, so I might have waited
Who knows?
to jump
I-
on, but that's fine.
I'm just saying,
Um,
like,
I'm gonna end the stream.
think
You
all
guys
that
want,
matters
you
is
can head
how
over to
many
Ghost
points.
Dog's
Like, how many
channel.
points are
I
the
will be
max
back
of
on tomorrow,
suicide mastery?
and
Maybe
I
you
will
know?
catch you guys
isn't that like
tomorrow.
If you go
three,
full,
six,
Later.
you go
six, so it's
full
only six more points. I feel like that's
six
that's gonna-
points. It's 6 points for liquid quartz.